dance with the fire tonight. So how simple. I'm gonna dream of something big, 'cause life is better when it's lived. It's all. Good afternoon. I'm Joy, or Jessica, and this is NAMI County's News at 2. The 5 of us are bringing you the inside-out perspective of the NAMI County team. Now, the disclaimer is the emotions that are being portrayed are not the true personalities of the people that work here. So, don't be alarmed if you do get anger, disgust, sadness, or fear on the phone. We are so excited you're joining us today, though. It's so important to find the joy in life, right? Things can sometimes be pretty bleak, like when Bing Bong fell off my wagon, but it's helpful to find the joy. Some situations do not have joy, or it's hard to find situations with much joy. We will look for joy elsewhere, though. Like now, we are stuck at home. My joy is spending time, and a lot of time, with my kids. Although I also relate to disgust and fear, a little bit fear, but anger also for this reason. But let's be joyful for the things around us that we should celebrate. All right, we have, hey there, Anger, how are you doing?
I'm angry, but I'm here and ready to share.
Okay, it's okay to be angry sometimes. Are you okay to share our upcoming events and such?
The one thing that doesn't make me angry is all the upcoming events. All right. We have a lot of upcoming events happening here at NAMI. First is our Family and Friends class coming up on February 17th. It's a 2-hour presentation that informs people who have loved ones with a mental health condition how to support them. If you want more information than just the 2-hour presentation, I recommend you join us on March 27th for Mental Health First Aid. This class teaches a 5-step action plan to supporting someone experiencing the signs and symptoms of a mental health condition. We also next week have our Wellness Recovery Action Plan class starting. And this class, it's going to run on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's an 8-session class, and through the class, you identify your personal wellness tools and create a plan designed by you in practical day-to-day terms. Also want to share our NAMI Basics class, which will be starting on February 20th. It's an education program for parents, caregivers, and other family who provide care for children who are experiencing mental health symptoms. The class discusses the importance of mental health conditions on the entire family, navigating the mental health care, school, and juvenile justice systems, and how to advocate for your child's rights. Because I'm anger today, I want to talk a little bit more about anger. Get that slide out of there. All right, so what I want to talk about is that anger can often be a symptom of a mental health condition. It can be a symptom of illnesses such as depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, anxiety, ADHD, and bipolar disorder, just to name a few. We also know that anger is a common emotional response of family and friends of individuals living with mental health conditions. Other emotional reactions include denial, fear, guilt, and grief. Through NAMI programs, we help our loved ones move from a state of crisis to coping and advocacy. So how can you manage your anger? Here are some strategies. Use relaxation techniques. Go to therapy. Use techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy. If your anger is a symptom of your mental health condition, you might be in need of medication. You can attend anger management classes, go use activities at home, or support groups. I'm so angry, I'm leaving. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Well, thank you, Anger. Hey, and it's okay to look on the bright side sometimes. Now, we are going to hear from Sadness. Hey there, Sadness. How are you doing today?
All right.
Do you have the energy to share with us today?
I think so. I got some stuff I want to share.
Well, that's great. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
Hey, everyone. This is Sadness. I won't be as upbeat as Joy, so sorry to disappoint. A lot of you might feel like me right now, depressed most of the day, nearly every day, feeling hopeless or worthless, really low energy, losing interest in activities once enjoyed, or having problems sleeping, either too much sleep or not enough sleep. Personally, I like crying. It helps me slow down and obsess over the weight of life's problems. A lot of people in Wood County might be feeling this way because of what's called seasonal affective disorder, or it's also known as SAD, which isn't a depressing name at all. The National Institute of Mental Health says that this type of depression displays during a reoccurring seasonal pattern. So there are some risks that can actually increase your risk, some risk factors, I should say. This can increase your risk of SAD, and this includes being female, living far from the equator, family history, having depression or bipolar disorder throughout all seasons, younger age. So this pretty much sums up me. Sorry, I went sad again, didn't I? On a more positive note, there are ways that you can cope with SAD and depression, including some at-home remedies. This can include some light therapy and some vitamin D. The thought behind light therapy is to add that diminished sunlight that happens during the fall and winter months by using a bright and artificial light daily. Researchers have found that symptoms of SAD can be relieved by sitting in front of this light first thing in the morning and at least one time on a regular basis during the dreary cold months until spring comes. Vitamin D is also helpful for those who have SAD due to these low levels of vitamin D. Most people who are diagnosed with SAD are found to have low levels of vitamin D. This can be caused from an insufficient dietary intake or an inadequate exposure to sunshine, like today. The sun's never going to shine again. But by being able to take this over-the-counter supplement, some people have found that their symptoms of SAD have actually lessened. Some other coping skills that you can use, going on a walk, reading a book, watching your favorite TV show, enjoying a cup of coffee, and getting regular sleep. Those who feel sadness, like me, could benefit from some of these great NAMI Wood County programs, including our support groups. And if you want to learn more, you can go to our website and check out more about these virtual programs. While it is okay to feel sad, we still want you to feel safe. And if you are having suicidal thoughts, you can dial the Wood County Crisis Line, or you can text the Crisis Text Line. Both have been scrolling across the screen and will continue to do so. So that's it. All right.
I know that may have taken a lot out of you to share all of that. Thank you, Sadness. Feel free to take a break now. Disgust! How's it going today?
It's going good. You could probably tone down the excitement just a smidge. It's yucky outside, and I'm not feeling it.
Disgust. Sometimes you're just too hard on yourself and others. Let's find the joy.
We could do that, I suppose. Disgust is the emotion of Riley's in Inside Out, who has a lot of opinions on who she surrounds herself with. Disgust seems like a negative emotion, and it can be, but this character played an important role in helping Riley discover her identity and can do the same for all of us in real life. Disgust portrays the idea of having high standards for yourself and the people around you, which I also think shows the importance of having empathy and understanding regarding yourself and the way you are and the people around you. Those two things can go a long way. Disgust adamance to being selective about the people Riley surrounds herself with is a testament to how each of us surrounds ourselves with people who make us feel good and happy. If you surround yourself with people who constantly make you feel sad, angry, or afraid, or do things that bring up these feelings, it could benefit you to make small life changes, whether it's hanging out with those people less, doing those activities also less and not as often, and trying to find things that make you feel happy. I think that can make a great change in your life. Back to you, Joy.
Thank you, Disgust. We really appreciate your input.
I was happy to give it. I mean, I don't blame you for appreciating it.
appreciating it. So.
Thank you, Disgust. Last but not least, we are going to hear from Fear. Oh, don't worry. We're all here to cheer you on.
I hope so. Thank you. So what if Joy won't make it back to the headquarters? And what if Riley loses all of her memories? Anxiety, fear, and tension can cause disordered and negative thinking. It's when the what ifs start coming out. What if I won't say the right things during our news at 2? It's easy to talk ourselves into a frenzy. Getting out of it takes practice of thinking about your accomplishment. All of the other times, your news at 2 came out right. But most importantly, remember that your thoughts that you're thinking, if they're negative, would you say them to someone else? If not, don't say them to yourself. And I'm afraid that Joy will never get me off the screen.
Well, thank you for being brave enough to do that today. And thank you for watching today's News at 2. We look forward to seeing you again next week.